right, y'all, back with another episode of Access Code Podcast. You know, we're going to continue with the guests that I got this week and everything like that. But this week, the flattest of the fleet.
Right.
From Box State.
Box State, man. Colorado.
My man O Finess.
How you doing, brother?
How you doing? I'm happy
doing
that we was able to get this going.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
everything like that.
I'm happy
yeah.
to be here.
Yeah. So for those of y'all that don't know this, you know, we're in Oklahoma and everything like that, but my man Finess here is not from Oklahoma. So really, I'm gonna go ahead and just ask, you know, two questions in the same one. So, what made you make the move from Colorado over to Oklahoma, and how's Oklahoma been treating you so far?
So I came to Oklahoma. I got family. My grandparents is originally from Muskogee.
Oh, nice.
So I do have roots here. But I actually came out to Oklahoma in the cannabis industry.
Oh, nice.
So we grow cannabis. And I've been doing that for a while. But I actually came out here with some family that do cannabis. And Oklahoma's been great, man. Like I gotta give y'all your food scene out here is crazy.
You know something?
I've
never heard anyone outside of Oklahoma say that.
Yo, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Like y'all got a great food scene out here. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of finding little spots. I don't really know too many people out here.
I got you.
But I just kind of, you know, kind of find little spots here and there, some places that locals go, stuff like that. But
right.
The food scene is crazy out here. Believe me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot different from Denver, for sure.
Okay, so let me ask you this so far, because actually I do have that question later on and stuff.
Okay.
But so far, what has been the food spots that's kind of been hidden? Because I want to know if I've been there or if I'm like, okay, yeah. I see.
Okay, I'm gonna say definitely Taz Wings.
Yes.
Taz Wings. On the Masa on the Japanese spot. I don't know if you've been to Masa.
You know what's so crazy? I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've been there.
Masa's definitely
because I want to say that's on what, May Avenue.
That's on May Avenue.
Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Masa.
Okay.
I like a lot of Asian food, so they got this another spot called I think it's Oodles and Noodles.
Okay.
Rice and buns is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I did have to kind of like slow down on that. I don't know if it was the same thing, but I remember getting sick that weekend.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, maybe it could have been it could have been a coincidence to kind of slow down on it. But yeah, actually I started eating there last year because it's fairly new.
Yeah, rice and buns.
Yeah,
it's pretty, and I like it because it's fresh. I mean, it's pretty healthy. You know. Then I had a burger spot too, but I guess it's like a real popular burger spot. I wouldn't say it's like it's going south. I forgot the name of that one though.
Okay.
But it was like a popular spot. Like they had a line outside.
You're not talking about hold on, give me a second, y'all. Not Nick, is it Nick's?
I think it's Nick's.
Yes,
yeah.
That is
okay.
If those of y'all that don't know this,
right.
If you go to Nick's, one, go early. Two, be prepared to wait. It's small. It's very small, but it's historical. You know.
That's what they was telling me. They was like, you got to go to Nick's.
What's that? I think the diners, dive-ins, and
Guy
Fieri. I think
Triple
he did.
D.
I think he did one there and stuff. So that Nick's is up there. I haven't been there in a few years because it's like one of those, you got to be off on a Monday.
Bro, it was as soon as I got there, I was like, wow. I was like, I'm here now, so I'm gonna just get a burger.
Yeah, I like that. So you've been doing some music for quite some time and everything like that. I would actually say this real quick how this kind of came about. First of all, Instagram, you got to give me notifications for everything.
Right.
Because I think if I had to retrace it back from last year, I think Flea Lord had posted, "Where is everybody from?" Right. So I commented and said, "Okay, see." And if I had known that you had sent me a DM like around that same time, I would have got on it immediately. But when I got a notification for something else, that's when I was like, "Wait a minute, I've seen this name before." So I could tell you because you asked me earlier like how long I've been doing this, for 2 years and everything. Yeah. But funny enough, everybody that when I started this podcast, either I knew the person or I know of the person,
right?
Or or it was recommendations sent from like maybe a manager to say like, hey, hopefully we can try to work together, get my artists on the show and everything like that.
Right.
So everybody in there I kind of knew of, didn't know, or somebody recommended me. But technically, you will be the first artist that I listened to at least a few times before having this happen all of a sudden.
That's crazy.
So the first time, because you have a really good relationship with the Musalini, it's one of the artists I really enjoy listening to and everything. I first started listening to him on Ransom's one of his tapes with him and Nicholas Craven.
Okay.
I think the Blackie little track.
Yeah.
I remember that voice. I'm like, okay, it's a Sting voice. I'm not too familiar with it.
Right.
Looked it up, found out it was him, and then I'm like, okay, well, let me hear some more stuff from him because it was just the hook that he did. Then Return to Oro is the first time I really listened, and Blood Diamonds was the first time I listened to you.
Yeah. That was me and Moose's. Yeah, that was like that was our starting point, our foundation.
Okay.
Moose had found me through our other brother, Ice Lord. I don't know if you ever heard Ice Lord. So Ice Lord, I had did me and Clever Schemes out of Denver. We did a EP called The Royal Penthouse.
Oh, nice.
And Ice Lord had posted that on his Instagram stories.
Okay.
And Moose reached out to me and was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Where you from? And then that's how me and Moose hit it off. And we did that on Blood Diamonds, on the Return to Oro.
Yeah.
Came out to Colorado. I don't know if you got a chance to see the video, but if you did see the video of the Blood Diamonds, it's pretty crazy because we was in the mountains.
I gotta go back though.
Yeah, I took him up in the mountains, had him up in the mountains. You know, Moose from New York City.
Hold on. I think I may have seen but it may have been like you may have posted a snippet on the story or something. Okay. That's probably where I saw it, and I gotta go back to listen to the full thing and everything on the full video, I should say. But the thing about it is that was like the first time, but then the next one, not even realizing how funny this all comes together.
Right.
No squares. No squares in my circle. Yeah, that was the first time I really heard more than just that feature.
Right.
And so that's when I got kind of familiar with Rockefeller Oysters, Steve Harvey. All those tracks was just crazy.
Yeah.
So it's just the fact that I'm getting to talk to you and everything, and I kind of was familiar enough to to kind of be like, oh yeah, I
appreciate the opportunity.
Of course.
I appreciate the opportunity.
And just the fact that you've been like real supportive, like been checking out the hip hop scene, just kind of like for some certain artists and everything like that.
Yeah, Oklahoma, man, it's man, I like it, man. Like it's so even the stuff you put me on, some of the artists that I was just catching wind of, just being here, like KO and Cameo Grit. Cameo Gritty, I think I want to mess the brother's name up, but I met him at a show. I seen him at a show performing.
Oh, okay. Is that the one at the Criterion?
I think so. It was down south. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with the area, but it was down south. But I just want to introduce myself to him. I thought he was hot. I thought he was a dope MC. You know what I'm saying? So we want to show love. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on no hater shit. So
because I'm happy that even with that you was like, hey, who's making some noise out here? Who people I should be checking out. And of course I'm gonna rep for the people who I've seen for years and just been seeing that hard work and just from like a distance and stuff. Artists that I had recommended was JB. That's the first person for anybody that come here. That's like the one because every big city has that one person,
right?
And it's him, and then Chris the guy, MC McCain.
Dope. I told you I was gonna do my homework. I was gonna check them out.
He did his homework, y'all. Yeah. We giving out access code worksheets over here.
Right? Yeah.
It was just a lot of people. I'm like, okay, but I gotta. Who also be fitting that sound because there's people who could be dope to me, but maybe you don't really listen to artists that may be doing something in their lane. But everybody does have their just a formula of how they work it together,
right?
And stuff. But let me ask you this: is there? Because I'm not too familiar with Denver or Colorado type rap.
Right.
So is it a big hip hop scene? Because I feel like it is where a lot of artists do go there to
Yeah, I think Denver, Colorado Springs, those are the two biggest cities there. I think in a whole, like it's definitely growing. Okay. I could definitely see a lot of similarity to Colorado and Oklahoma. Just being in those markets where you're trying to press it and you're trying to get to a bigger market.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of great talent there. And I think sometimes when we're from smaller markets, sometimes that talent doesn't get enough exposure, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get to see it, but they got ton of dope talented artists there as well. So
yeah,
my situation was just just scratching and clawing and but I see a lot of similarities to what Oklahoma has going on. And I think most of the markets like that, outside of like the LAs and the Chicagos and places like that, we still just grinding and trying to get to it. But you know, there's a lot of talent in both places.
It is because, and the thing is that it always is one of those things where you need some other people outside of the states need to come in to kind of like check it out, and then because a lot of people be missing out on the talent itself. It's a bunch of people that could. That does singing, that does rapping, that do DJ and producing, all that type of stuff. But a lot of times we have to get out of Oklahoma to do that. Even for Trip Dre, another person that I even recommend. Yeah. Lately, he's been bringing a lot of artists to Dallas to perform. And I feel like that's good exposure for them being on that stage in front of people who may not be too familiar with their music, but it brings more light to it. And hopefully we get more of some even unsigned artists from Texas to even come over here to perform sometimes. Right, kind of get some, that way, when you all band together, it makes it better for everybody. Yeah,
and I think it's good too, like for just for artists to get outside of where they're from. Yeah, and just move around. Shake and bake.
And network.
People, network, shake hands, make friends, move around. Mm-hmm. People seeing you other places because sometimes and I hate to say this, man, but sometimes your biggest support really comes from outside. You know what I mean? And then people got to see like, okay, now you buzzing, and then everybody else gonna run around and be like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? And I hate to say it like that, but it really happens like that.
It do.
Unfortunately.
I would say even for like even for that, like the pros and cons, sometimes it could be in your favor where maybe you do need that extra push. Like I know it may be a guest I may have on this podcast who may not be familiar with me, and then all of a sudden they see it, and then that's when a lot of things like it's this year. I've already had so many requests. Some of them I got to get to. Some of them I'm like, man, I'm gonna give you some time. I gotta try to schedule it the way I can and everything like that. But I've noticed that. But your biggest supporter will be a stranger and stuff like that. Because think about it like this: how we even got this happening.
Yeah, I think I reached out to you. I was like, when I seen you put OKC because I think we was Flea Lord and them had came out to Denver. Yeah, we shot that Green Berets video out there. Yeah.
Eddie James,
Eddie James,
and everybody,
and I think you put OKC. Mm-hmm. Then so I went to your page, I seen what you was doing, and I reached out. Yeah, just trying to be like, yo, any studios, because sometimes you just want to get in work mode,
of course,
where you can just and mingle with other people too. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So where okay, I met this brother, he's a producer. Or I met this brother, he does videographer or whatever. Mm-hmm. That way, if you're traveling, you can always be like, "Hey, bro, you wanna, shoot a video?" You know what I mean? And that's Moose came out here actually, and we shot a video out here. So I mean, it works. You know what I mean? It's to tap in and try to network with other people.
Right. Actually, I was gonna ask that later, but I'm gonna go to it real quick, and then we'll go back to because there's some things we're gonna also get into and everything. Yeah. But I remember when you hit me up, it was like, hey, anybody that does videos and stuff, and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna reach out, like have the people, it's gonna be somebody that I've seen or just like the videos itself. So I was like, yo, D Wright is the first person I could think of on live media and everything.
Brother, man.
He is. Yeah. He's very talented. Rapping. Photographer, all of that stuff. Yeah. And I was like, when I saw that, y'all was actually got
that was a good look. I appreciate you. Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's so dope. Just because of recommendation, because I want to give everybody their flowers. Where anytime somebody asks for something, I know exactly the resources. Either if I know them on a personal level, I met them before, or just seeing it. But hey, I think it could be a good look for you. So maybe tap in and everything. So. For y'all shooting that video, let me ask you this: how was that like? Because that video came out real good.
Yeah, Purse first. D Wright, shout out to the brother D Wright, good brother, man, for real. It was fun, man. I mean, he had the vision, and we kind of just did it on the fly, man, and we had some, lovely ladies there with us, and we're drinking some champagne, man, and just enjoying the time. It was a good time, man. And the video came out crazy, and it did good numbers. You know what I mean? I think we went crazy with it on Packers page. We went crazy.
Shout out to the plug because even like it was just a good look and stuff. That's like in my my recommendations when I go to like YouTube to go look for something and be one of the first things because watching it a few times and stuff, the way it was all just set up, even the bike, cool.
And that was all D Wright. You know what I mean? He's like, Do you mind getting on the bike?
So,
I'm like, nah, I don't.
Once again, to everybody watching, D Wright is the person to contact, Life Media, for real.
Yeah, very talented brother.
Yes,
man. Yeah.
So, let's get to some more things. One thing that you did, you got it right here, the Prodigal Son.
Yeah.
When you did that, so because I'm also getting more familiar, because even with that, like I knew some stuff mainly from what you did with like Musalini and everything, but then also trying to get into like your solo stuff and everything, and then even find out from you being from Colorado. So just trying to do my research as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But you had put the documentary on YouTube, but the project wasn't on streaming immediately.
Right.
So it was in a situation where you could you just had to see how it was going to happen.
I think shout out to my cousin in our basement. That's my manager. I think we just kind of went a different way with it.
Okay.
It was a project that we was just like, we could just put this out here, but I kind of just was the Prodigal Son. That's like my baby. So like, kind of just was like, you know what? Let's see who want to rock with it and who want to support us from a just from a true standpoint. Yeah. And the support was just amazing. Nice. It was, we got a lot of love with that, and then from there, after we did that, we just like, I just felt like it was just right, and I actually just put it on all streaming platforms as well. Yeah, just noticed that. Just for the people, you know what I mean? But I wanted to give it to the people that was truly supporting me, and let them have access before I just put it out. So that's kind of how we just went. That's how that kind of went about.
Okay, and plus it even gave me more of an insight trying to see what was going on, because I mean even though Colorado and Oklahoma could be like one the same, but it's still different.
Oh yeah, very different.
Just seeing like how you represent just for Denver, the box, all just the scenery and stuff, and then even that moment where you were on the mountains and stuff, just like just when you filmed it and stuff, it's a different feel, but it's a good feel because we're getting to see more, for you and the place that you grew up in and everything. So I did love that documentary. It's on YouTube right now as well. About 20 minutes, and it's a good thing for real. So who are your biggest influences in the game?
I mean, to be honest, like my circle, you know what I'm saying, like Moose. He would be. Moose is a real big influence because he's a workhorse. Yeah, he grinds. He holds us accountable. I would say Moose. I like Rock Marciano.
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah,
I like Rock. My people though, Ice Lord, Eddie James. You know what I mean? Blanco, like just my core of people that I rock with. But then I like. I don't know if you know who Ishmael Butler is, Last Shabazz, Diggable Planets. Back in the day, they had.
93 to Infinity.
Nah, they have Cool Like That. That you talking about Souls of Mischief?
Yeah. I realized. I was like, wait a minute,
Diggable Planets. They had I'm Cool Like That.
Yeah.
But that's my bro right there. I do a lot of work with him. So, okay. I wouldn't say I kind of just my core people, man. That inspires me, man, and just to see them because that's like real time. It's different when you're looking at artists that's like not just in your circumference, but when you got artists in real time and you see them grinding and working, and you like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I got to be inspired by that too.
Actually, the same thing, because I remember I had answered a question before when I was on a talk show, and they asked me for my top 5, and one of my people I named was Larry June.
Larry June, love him.
And but it's just because I can kind of like he makes like even regular life just sound way cooler than just how it is. Smoothies, Target, paying your bills on time.
Your bills, getting your credit right, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be tripping off the small things that don't really matter, things outside of your control.
Exactly, because I can't relate to a lot of the stuff that I even listen to. I love listening to it, but it's just a good listen for me. But then sometimes even just hearing just something that sounds, hey, that sounds like I do that. It's cool. So that's one of the things. But I do like that where it's like you get more of the now, and it's not necessarily like the core answers, from everybody, which I do appreciate. Sometimes it's a little different and everything, but I do appreciate that. So, but we're gonna go back a little bit to with you and Moose and everything. When did y'all first link up? Was it Blood Diamonds, and then just kind of took off from there?
Yeah, it was Blood Diamonds. On the Return of the Oro, shout out to my man Moose.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did Return to Oral that we brought Moose out to Colorado. His first time to Colorado. We shot the video out there for Blood Diamonds.
Yeah.
And then after that, me and Moose just kind of we developed a association. Then that turned into a friendship. You know what I mean? And I consider that brother my friend. You know what I mean? So then from that, we kind of was like, yo, you know, we do a song here, do a song there. We send the music back and forth. I'm like, bro, you want to do an album? I'm like, yeah, let's do an album. And I used to always just be like, man, there's no squares in my circle. And Moose used to get a kick out of that, like, yo, no squares in my circle. And I'd be like, yo, man, no squares in my circle. And he was just like, yo, let's just call the album No Squares in My Circle.
Okay.
And that's kind of how everything started.
And then recently enough, because, you know, y'all just performed in New York City and everything. How many times have you performed out there? Because I feel like it's been more than one, right?
Yeah, I've been out New York City twice.
Okay.
Yeah, twice, yeah.
Okay. So how was that like?
You know, man, New York City, man, like, I mean, that place that's inspiring, bro. Mm-hmm. Like that's inspiring, especially coming from Denver, coming from Colorado, and then going to New York City. I'm originally from Colorado Springs, but I've been living in Denver since like 2003, and my family, all my family's from Colorado. Mm-hmm. But just going to New York City, man, and just seeing the hustle and bustle of the game and how it's just like it doesn't sleep. It's moving, it's fast. Like that's very inspiring, man. And I would tell all artists, you know what I mean, like get to New York once in your life if you can, especially if you're doing hip hop. Get to New York City if you can, and just, you know what I mean, because that gives you like, it opens your eyes on a different time. You're like, man, am I working hard enough, or I could be doing more? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because y'all performed the SOBs, correct?
Yep, SOBs. Yeah.
Man, that is, I'm telling y'all,
legendary.
As much as I've been, you know, a big fan of hip hop for years, if there's one place I would just want to go to a concert venue, SOBs is one of those spots. Because I've heard about it for years.
It was crazy, man. It was amazing. 38 specials in the building, man.
Like,
yeah. 38 specials in the building, man. It was some heavyweights in the building, man. Nice. You know, actually last night Moose was out in North Carolina with you know, performing with Large Professor and Diamond D.
It's crazy.
So it's crazy, man. Like it's hard. I mean, sometimes you just like you trip. You know, I met Pete Rock when my last trip to New York City,
I remember seeing those pictures.
And it's like, it's just humbling, man. You like, yo, this is the man that produced They Reminisce Over You.
Yeah.
Pete Rock and CL Smooth. So legendary stuff. You know?
Because even the stuff, even with him being on Moose's last project, or not, last project. He would please, yo, Moose would be working. That's one thing I'm thinking, like, hold on, is it the last one, the second from last? Because he got there's 3 projects out this year so far. You know?
He got what is he got? He did, he got the Dutch project. Mm-hmm. He got the Ninth Wonder project. We did the Goldie Slim project. Man, Moose, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by when I'm saying who inspires you. Like when you're around people like that, it's hard for you to kind of be complacent unless you're just not really hungry, you know. But when you're around people like that, it's kind of like, yo, man, you're gonna shake and bake, or you're gonna get out the way. You know what I'm saying? You know.
So just off subject, because you're a big Denver Nuggets fan.
Hey man, say man, you know what I mean? Hey man, say man, let's go Nuggies.
So I need to know that feeling because the first time y'all pulled it out. All right, hold on. Before you answer, I gotta get this out. Okay. Only because you are a Denver Nuggets fan. And I gotta put this on camera because if my mom is watching this, if my wife is watching this, I said this to them. So I'm gonna apologize in advance for what I have to say.
Okay, all right.
So my wife and I, we watching the playoffs this year, and she was like, "Man, who will you have winning the championship this year?" I'm like, "This is open. It's wide open this year. It's not really a clear cut because." You know, it's just the one you got to understand. The 7-game series, when you watch it for a long time, you start to realize, okay, sir, I understand when they go against a team like this is what happens. And when they go with a team like this is what happens and stuff. Right. But I did say this, and like I said, I apologize in advance. I said, but it ain't going to be Denver because Denver's never been in this position. So I'm thinking, because last year, I don't know if it's just because
we got swept. We got swept last year.
Last year, I was thinking it was going to be I thought y'all was going to take care of the Warriors. I thought it was going to happen. Yeah. I thought it was going to happen, but it didn't. So I'm thinking, I haven't really seen them outside of the second round. I don't know. I'm like, they got a good core and everything like that. Shout out to Bruce Brown. He's not there no more, but I represent for the youth. So
man, you know what? That kind of been a story of our life in Colorado, man. Like I'm serious, man. Like we've always kind of been just like, that's Denver, but that's Denver, and I just think we had our bench was strong. We had a strong, solid bench. And then we was hungry, man. We was tired of and then we had the best player in the NBA in my Jokers, man.
I would say this.
I was gonna wear my Nuggets jersey today, but I didn't want to make nobody mad. It's
cool. It's cool. Yeah. You have the right to do that. But I'm gonna tell you, second round was y'all and the Lakers, right?
No. So we went.
That was the conference final. My bad.
So we went.
Who was the second one?
That was Phoenix, right?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
They counted us out with Phoenix.
Okay, so...
They thought Durant was going to run through us.
Okay, I was kind of like in the thing where I think I could see y'all win. I was like, well, maybe because the Lakers it's like it was starting to be like a little, they had momentum before they got there. So I'm thinking maybe it's them because I'm like, sometimes, Brian, I don't know if we're going to turn into... 2016 with the Cavs. I don't know if that's not to happen. So I'm like, maybe it is, But then I was like, dang, I cannot believe they really took care of Denver and stuff. And so, of course, because I mentioned my mom and my wife was the ones like, but you said, I know what I said.
Right? Yeah, no, I got you. But you're not the only one that said that.
That's
it was
true.
It was a lot of people that just didn't see us doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say y'all. I wouldn't go say y'all was just flat out gonna get beat. Y'all was that team where you gonna have to go through them, kind of like the Memphis Grizzlies back in the day. You have to beat them. You can't just. It ain't gonna be no easy feat type of situation. However, first thing I said when it was y'all against the Lakers, I said, but I'm gonna tell you right now, AD is not gonna be AD in this one. This is he is not getting on boards. It's not gonna happen. So I can say there's one thing I did say about that.
And again, like I said, and I mean that's LeBron and AD, man. You can't really just count them out. You know what I mean? Right. So I said back, man, I took a lot of flack, man. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of people on my helmet. You know what I mean? LA fans, Laker fans. I had a lot of people at me, but I was cool. I didn't really say too much because I knew we was like kind of the underdog, even though we was the number 1 seed in the West,
right? And
we held that down, but we still never really got our respect until we actually won the championship, and that's crazy.
It is.
I mean? But we'll take it.
Yeah,
we man, we got our first one.
I'm not gonna just hide behind that. I was happy that it was that matchup because I was like, well, I think the way they doing it, the West when the West is. Just in that
the West is tough,
but your bench was deep,
Yeah, the West is tough, though.
Yeah,
and now you got Kyrie down in Dallas now, and I mean, y'all got a young squad here.
This ain't the year, y'all. This better be this rebuilding year is cool, but
y'all got some young talent.
We do. It's kind of back to that feeling we had maybe back in 2012 or 2008 and stuff like that. Like that young team. So. It's like if we got to go a few years and then go by, we can kind of get back into it. We just got to get out the first round. That's it.
Yeah,
that's literally it. I don't care about nothing else. Let's get out that first. So it's playoffs the bust for me. That's it.
Right.
That's it. Okay, but let's kind of get into a couple of things that you've been working on this year. So let me start off only just a few things from Goldie and Slim.
Right.
Goldie and Slim, because he's mentioned it earlier, him and Moose. That project, if I have to say this to you, I think and I don't like to say like I'm a rank them, but just maybe because now I get more into it, really paying attention now. Goldie and Slim to me, I would say I would favor more than No Squares in My Circle.
Me too.
Just because it was something about that project.
I've told Moose that. Me and Moose sat there and talked, and I said, bro, this is, to me, my opinion, and a lot of people, I think, with No Squares in My Circle, I think that album kind of has like a cult-like following type to it. You know what I mean? I think people just like gravitated to it. I mean, it has over 100,000 streams on Spotify.
Right.
But like Goldie and Slim, that was like, we did that album in like a week. We did that.
I remember I just remember seeing the story where y'all recorded it and then all of a sudden it's released. It was just crazy. But I'm gonna tell y'all this right now because we already talked about the first video, one of my favorite songs on there. But if I had to pick a favorite that I can play on the loop. Dessert. That is my favorite song off that project. Man, it was just that the beat was crazy.
Shout out to my man Fuego.
Yeah,
Fuego.
Prophet De Niro. That last verse was just
the homie
smooth.
Prophet. Yeah, Prophet. He got a
smooth.
he's dope MC too. The whole little crew. But Dessert is a Dessert, and the ladies love Dessert. You know what I mean? It's one of them songs that it can go either way. But Dessert's that's a real good song.
It is. Pots and Pans. That one was
Pots
that
and
crazy.
Pans.
That hook you did crazy on that.
Pots and Pans.
It was real smooth. Let's see what else you got. The Club. It was just
the Club. I mean, you got Golf Course on there.
Yeah, Golf Course was crazy.
What else is like? I mean, we literally make so much music, man. It's like, and then the thing with Goldie and Slim, we kind of just. Musa came out here to visit, and we was chilling, and we just like in the studio messing around, and we was like, bro, let's just do an album real quick. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna do like another No Squares in My Circle, because a lot of people, I guess, is like expecting that. You know what I mean? And we just like, no, we just do something, just like something light, a little 10-song album. And I agree with you. I think, in my opinion, I think it was it's one of the best projects that even came out this year and stuff, just in general. Because it was good. It was something about it. I think because everything just kind of flowed together. I do appreciate the movie themes. Right. Because this was the Mac, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we was using a lot out the Mac.
The wood. I remember that one in there too.
Yeah, we had the Slim. I mean, when they was macking and hanging. Yeah. But then we had like Max Julian and Richard Pryor, who was Goldie and Slim, putting a lot of their skits also in there. I mean, we just be having fun, man. Right. You know what I mean? Just trying to have fun with the music. A lot of people miss a lot of good stuff, so it's, in my opinion, it's good to always bring that back and just let people know. Like, especially I got a lot of younger homies and stuff. I'll be like, man, you ain't never seen that movie? Go watch the movie. Right. And they'll be like, yeah, I watched it. It was good. You know what I mean? So I was like, So
I feel the same for that, only because sometimes I can watch other movies, but maybe it's like if you live through that moment, it hits different.
It hits different.
So for the Mac, I seen it, but it's gonna be, but it's a movie to me. But the way y'all kind of incorporate it, it's kind of one of those. Maybe I need to check it out. That type of thing.
And it's funny because you get young people actually going back and watching the movie, like, I went and watched the Mac, and you're like, yeah, I like that movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
So speaking of word cool, another project. So I want to do a little album breakdown, kind of a couple of tracks and everything. Yeah. Highly Cool. You on rapping and everything, and then Calico the Hitman produced that project. First off, I want to say this. How long y'all been working together?
Calico, he's part of the crew.
Okay, cool.
He's one of our producers. He actually produced on Return to Oro.
Oh, nice.
He produced on No Squares in My Circle. Calico. He's probably one of my favorite producers, but he's our in-house producer. Yeah. He's just with the crew. So we've probably been working, I would say, maybe for the past like 4 years, 5 years. Calico always just sent me beats, and kind of with that, how that came about, we just talked, and he was like, yo, man, I liked his work. I like his production. Right. And I was like, man, we should just do an album, man.
Of course.
And it just kind of came out like that.
Okay. So Highly Cool, so even though we discussed the movies, but what made you go with the movie Coolie High as the theme?
I mean, I don't know, for the people who haven't seen Coolie High, if you haven't, you should probably check it out.
It's been a minute for me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's been a minute for me.
I think Coolie High is one of the movies that I think everybody should go. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Christmas Story every time Christmas comes around.
That's my favorite Christmas movie.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of watches the Christmas Story. I think Coolie High, especially for us, you know what I mean? I think that's a movie you should sit down, because there's so many gems, so many gems and jewels in that movie. Right. You know what I mean? From friendship and bondage and betrayal and loyalty. I mean, they just went through a lot, you know what I mean, for some teenage kids. And they looking at they best partner finna go out to college, and they coming from the south side of Chicago. I think it was the south side of Chicago, not south or west. And they just going through the trials and tribulations of life as kids in the ghetto, you know what I mean, in the city. And that was always one of my favorite movies. I love Preach. I just love the fact that he was a poet. And then, I was thinking one day, I was just like, Coolie High. I was like, what if I flipped it? And it was like Highly Cool. And I flipped it. And then I told a homie, I said, yo, bro, I got this idea for this album. and I said I want to use all the skits from the movie Coolie High, and I want to kind of just do this rendition of us telling it from a story of just an artist.
Yeah.
And then we just pieced it together, man, and it kind of came together.
And it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah,
it definitely did.
So speaking of which, Martha's, you set the tone with that one. Let's go with it. So how did that come about?
Martha's, man, I mean, just watching the movie, man, like when I was doing this movie, man, I mean, doing this album, I kind of watched that movie like 100 times.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get like what they was going through, you know what I'm saying? And then he was in Martha's, he all, you know, preaching and shooting dice. She telling them don't shoot dice, you know what I mean? Then, you know, you got Robin and Stone chasing them through there. You know, that's why I said, man, they killed my best partner. So now, you know, we got to even the score. I just kind of want to tell that story of just Martha's. How, you know, how he like, Martha, please open the side door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they trying to get him. They think he done told on them. They ain't tell on them. You know what I mean? Mr. Garrison got him out of jail. It's just a whole bunch. You know what I mean? But with Martha's, like, that's how I just want to set the tone with like, yo, all right, now we at Martha's, and then we just gonna go from here. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, so you know, Belly Rub got, you know, the video just came out not too long ago.
Shout out to G-Town.
Yeah, showing love. You know, she felt the snub on my waist when I did the Belly Rub.
Been in the club, these freaks showing love. She felt the snub on my waist when we did the belly rub. When we did the belly rub, she felt the snub on my waist when we did the belly rub.
That's a clever line and stuff like that. I actually was listening to that earlier, so that
right on.
Like we get on that, but
thank you.
You know, you and Moose, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right. I'm gonna say this right now. This is coming from me. It's like Kobe and Shaq.
Right.
Just when y'all get together, it's like y'all compliment each other so well.
Right. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Of course, because you know y'all do your thing on that one. But so you know, how did that part come in? You know,
so. If you listen to the album and you listen to the last part of Martha's, I forgot the sister's name, but she was telling Coach Cheese and them she was finna have a party. And Coach Cheese was like, belly rub? And she was like, it ain't gonna be no belly rub, it's gonna be a nice party. You know what I mean? And when she said that, I'm just listening, I'm watching the movie again, and I'm like, belly rub? I'm like, oh, two-stepping in the club, these freaks showing love. She felt the snub on my waist when we did the belly rub. You know, because that's what they called it back in the days when they was dancing, bumping and grinding, whatever they was doing. They was calling it belly rub. You know what I'm saying? So I told, like first I just had my verse on it, and I had the hook. Okay. And then I think me and Moose was somewhere together, and I was playing it for him. And he was like, yo, what's that? And I'm like, yo, this is it. I'm like, you want to hop on this? And he was like, yeah, I want to hop on it. I'm like, and it was, I mean, a lot of things be organic like that.
Right,
but it just kind of happened just like that. He heard it. I had already had I had the hook and I had the verse, and I was playing it, and Moose heard it. I think, Moose heard it and was like, yo, that's dope.
Okay.
I hopped on it, and I mean, the rest is history.
The rest is history. It's one of the best ones on there. And then the video's out right now. And speaking of for the videos, you know, you shot Less Fortunate in New York.
Yeah, right in the middle of Times Square.
So did you guys have enough time to make sure you get that, you know, the footage and everything done for it?
Man, again, man, just the inspiration of the team. Like, I was in New York City for 4 days, and within 4 days, we shot 3 videos, and I recorded 4 songs.
Oh, okay.
So like it's like when you hit New York City, it's like, okay, you drop your bag off at the hotel. All right, we're on the way to the studio. Okay, tomorrow we're filming. Oh, we're gonna do this. Like, so it's like you just working nonstop around the clock. Yeah. And then with Less Fortunate, it was just kind of like I didn't want this to regular just like let's shoot film. I wanted to really kind of like, yo man, let's get in the city. And it was crazy. Like, Times Square is a trip, bro. It's a lot going on down there, man. For real, man. Coming from, you know, Colorado, you like, man, this is serious, man. Like, it's really active and it's moving.
I got you.
So, you know, we just went down there, and we was able to get shout out to Famous AAA, my man. Yeah, he shot it, and we was able to.
He shot it too.
Yeah, he shot the video. Yeah.
Okay, because he's on Choose Up.
Yeah, he's on Choose Up. Yeah, that's my man. Okay. Shout out to AAA. Yeah. So,
and I like that track as well. You know, it's a good record on there and stuff. I do like Man's Tears.
Yeah.
Man's Tears.
That's probably one of my favorite songs.
Your favorite ones too?
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite songs, because it's just you know. when you see a man's tears, you know it's real. You know what I'm saying? And just life in general. You
That's
know
true.
What I mean? Like, yeah, when you see a man like a husband, a father, a son, a brother, you know what I mean? When you see any man and he's crying, you know it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's real. You know, especially if you have children or people that depend on you and things of that nature, you know, it's real. You know what I'm saying?
And on top of that, Calico really, I would say this is probably one of my favorite produced track on the album. Yeah, just that. Because that's one thing. One of the first things I noticed about that. Right. So I did appreciate that record coming up there. Another one, we'll go with Saving Grace with Eddie James. You know, you guys have been working together for a long time.
Yeah, that's my little cousin, man. That's my mama. That's my mama. That's my auntie. It's his mama, and my mama is his auntie. They sisters. So, that's
you guys been doing music for a minute too.
Yeah. For a long time. Yeah. He actually did. I don't know if you heard of the Beluga Roll, but he produced that first. That was my first album. My first EP is called Beluga Roll.
Okay. I'm gonna have to tap in with that. I'm gonna have to tap in with that for real.
Yeah. But Eddie did that. Yeah.
Okay. We can even go with Going Up Players Club. So let me ask you this. So you mentioned it earlier, but let me just make sure. So who all consist of the Players Club?
So Players Club consists of myself, the Musalini, and Ice Lord. Okay. So and we're on that song Going Up. So I didn't want to, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do it like Going Up featuring Ice Lord and Moose. Like we got a group, so I'm just like featuring Players Club. Okay. And that's us. And
then even you guys on the club itself on Goldie Slim.
Yeah. Okay. On the club. Yep. Okay. That's through in there as well.
So is it so even with that, is it still like Pharrell Music Group?
Yeah, we're Pharrell Music Group. I'm with Pharrell Music Group. Ice Lord has Players Club Records. Okay. But we're still all a collective, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're still all a collective. But this year I signed with Pharrell Music Group this year.
Okay. Yeah. So that was official this year. So when you guys did that project, No Squares in My Circle, it was just off the strength.
Yeah. I mean, we have news entertainment, and that's more of like that's like a family. I would say that's our not just only a label, but that's more of a collective. Like we do the fashion, entertainment, different things of that nature, all under that umbrella. Yeah. But news entertainment is what I was with, and I'm still with news, but I'm signed to Pharrell Music Group.
Okay.
Makes sense, yeah.
Nice. So actually, I'll do one more because you did for today, but it's a 3-parter. It's two hidden tracks. Yeah. Was that like you guys wanted to fit that in, or just thought it would be a good way of just kind of making those 2 hidden tracks?
I mean with those, so the way that worked was I knew I wanted to do a hidden track because I kind of like that. Like people was doing that in the 90s. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Like if you just listen to an album and you think it's off, and then you just drive and then you're like, damn, another song came on. It's kind, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
I like that in the Blueprint with Jay when he did that on with Mama Loves Me, then the lyrical exercise, and then Girls Part 2. Right. That was the first time I ever really paid attention to that.
Hidden tracks, like so, and it's cool. Like I think even with Old Dirty Bastard, man, he had an extra song on. It wasn't a hidden track, but it was on the CD. So if you didn't have if you had the cassette, you didn't get this song. I forgot the name of the song, man. I forgot the name of the song, but it was at the end. I think it's called Harlem World. Okay. Yeah, but it was only on the CD though. Okay. So I just thought it was cool. And what happened was with those 2 songs, Calico sent me those beats late.
Oh, that's why it's almost like he didn't make the final cut in a way.
Well, I had the beats and I liked them so much. I was just like, man, I'm gonna put these on the album. But we had already had the track list. I had already had the artwork done. I was like,
so that's why it's kind of like the way
so
it
I
is.
just put them in there, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put these on. You know, so
because I'm not gonna front. The reason why it's like I realized when it stopped and then you kind of just keep going. I'm not gonna front. There has been a time where somebody I think I've gotten a track from someone just to listen to, and you know how like the time is only be 10 minutes, but it stopped at 2, and I'm like, oh, it's over. Oh, okay, never mind. So it's one of those. Let me keep going because sometimes I have seen that.
A lot of people told me that though. They was like, man, I didn't even hear that. You know, a couple people was like,
you said on your story.
Yeah, they was like, yo, did y'all get the hidden tracks? Did y'all hear that? You know, a lot of people did say that to me.
Okay. So y'all for real, highly cool. O Finess, Calico The Hitman. Y'all check it out. It's in your phones right now. Hope you guys check it out because it's a dope project for real.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Recently released a couple weeks ago, so it's still fresh. So y'all check that out for real.
Appreciate you, brother.
Of course, yeah. Thank you. And so what we're gonna do over here? We're gonna do a game, 5 W's.
Okay, let's do
who,
it.
what, when, why, where. But you know me over here, I don't do why questions. I just I feel it's too demanding, so I replace that with what. Okay. So first one I'm gonna ask: who is your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush, man.
And if it's more than one, it's all good.
You know what, man? I'm gonna just, man. Sanaa Lathan, man. I'm gonna go with Sanaa, man.
Okay.
I like Sanaa, man. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got a favorite movie of hers? You know, what we got.
I like the joint she did with Wesley Snipes, man. When he was acting, he was kind of a leech, and you know what I mean. Like he wasn't kind of. It's kind of like a B-roll type movie, but it was really good. It was called.
I'm not familiar with that. Oh wow!
She had epilepsy. You know, she was having seizures.
I've never seen.
Man, what was the name of that movie?
I've never heard of this movie.
It was kind of like it wasn't like a popular movie or anything like that, but he was like, it was a good movie though. It was a really good movie. I forgot the name of it though.
I'll look it up later. But I will say this: I'm not mad at you for like picking a movie that wasn't the ordinary because I'm weird like that. Yeah. Not saying you weird, but I'm saying for me.
That was a good movie though.
Yeah, right. Well, if in your case and stuff, but I'll say this because if somebody was be like, "Yo, what's your favorite Paul Walker movie?" I'm not going for Fast and Furious. Yeah. It was dang, it's one word too. Hold on. It was not going crazy. See, now I got the same thing. What is the name of that movie? He had that gun. Running Scared. I think it was Running Scared. That's my favorite Paul Walker movie. I think it's just because we getting to see him. And the story itself is crazy. And then The Rock had a movie, I think it was called Faster. That's like my favorite Rock movie. Because he didn't talk that much, but he was just killing everybody that messed him over and got him in prison and stuff. So I was okay with that movie. So yeah, two movies I would recommend for y'all to watch. But yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's gonna come.
It's gonna come.
Yeah, it's gonna come.
We're gonna see before this interview.
Yeah. It's gonna come to me.
All right. So for the what question, what do you like about soul beats? Because I've noticed that, and I really enjoy the soul beats that you be getting.
The what's that?
The soul beats, like when you like the smooth and.
What do I like about soul beats? I think for me it's just kind of like just that peace that it gives you, man. Like soul music to me is very like it gives you a moment of clarity, a moment of peace. Okay. You know, it's different from I don't really like listening to hip hop first thing in the morning.
I've noticed that about people that go that route.
Yeah, I like to listen to some R&B, some soul. Yeah. I'm really heavy into 70s, 80s, and you know what I mean. I think but you know that type of music. That's like what you grew up with. Your mama was playing when she was cooking. You was in the house or cleaning or whatever. That's kind of just how you was raised and. I think just the clarity and peace that soul music gives me.
Okay, and I really enjoy the answer because even I've noticed about people that have those, like, you know, if you grew up on something or I particularly like if a producer samples, I like when they go that route versus the norm. Like when it's a timeless record, because a lot of times I'm even looking these up, or if I'm playing a song around like my family, and they're like, wait a minute, hold on, I know that's Curtis Mayfield, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just in those things because it helps me grow up to listen to more of those other songs that I'm thinking, yo.
And that's cool crazy. Though, right?
Right.
You know, that's cool if your mother's like, baby, who is that? You know what I mean? My mom is really big into that. Like, you know, even when I was young, she'd be like, go in there and give me that record, or go in there and get this, and you don't know who this is, and you know, it's kind of like you know, we don't do that no more.
We don't, yeah,
You know,
because
we don't
everybody
do that
knows the
no more.
records.
Yeah, nobody knows. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and I think that's how you keep that going. You know what I mean? Get with your kids, sit them down, listen to some of this, ask them who this is and who that is. I mean, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it going.
Okay. So for when is the best time to write a song?
You know, I would say morning, early mornings.
Okay.
Early mornings. But I think when the best time is just like when you're feeling creative. Mm-hmm. But for me, I would say I write when I'm just like we in go mode. I like to get up super duper early.
Okay.
I mean, 4:35 in the morning.
Yeah.
And just see if I could jot down, you know, and jot down an 8 or a 4 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And not just to get trapped in it like, oh, I'm just going to write all day today, nothing like that, but just something that inspires you. And then, you know, once you get your first 4 bars out, you could pretty much build off of that. You know what I mean? Okay. Something like that, you know.
Yeah. So we talked about this earlier, like in the beginning part, but, you know, I already had it in.
Right.
But what's the best spot to eat in Oklahoma? Like, if you got to pick one. Because you mentioned some spots that I gotta go back to or try.
And I know there's some spots. And like, hey, and if y'all know some spots, hit my Instagram. Let me know, because I love to eat. So I mean, one spot that I go to that if I had to go back, I don't know. I like Good Gravy, man.
Good Gravy?
Yeah, I like that spot. Like, I don't know, it's a breakfast spot. You know what I mean? I usually go there, but I heard other people tell me like, yo, that ain't it. That I heard people from OKC be like, yo, that ain't it. They got other better spots than that, but that's why I just been going there because someone took me there when I first got here, and then I knew where it was at, so I just kind of kept going back.
I mean, that's kind of how it happens. Like, even if you go out of town and you like, all right, well, what's a good recommendation? Then you just Googling or whatever, and or this is close by, I'm gonna go to it. Then, but it's like, nah, if you wanted this, you got to go to, you know, everybody go have that.
No.
Everybody go have that.
And then, you know, the locals know though. Like, I'm gonna keep 100. You know what I mean? Like, people will know. They'll be like, nah, bro, that's good, that's cool, but this is where it's at. You know?
I tell you what, after this, we can definitely chop it up on some, like, if specific places, I can tell you, okay, this is the one I recommend and everything. I mean, that shit is, I'll even ask you on camera. Do you like pizza?
Love pizza.
Okay. Because I mentioned JB in when I sent the recommendations over for like a lot of the stuff you can listen to and stuff, but he has a spot. It's called Eastside Pizza House.
Okay.
And it's black owned.
I'm with it.
And on top of that, this is the first like black owned pizza spot on the east side. Because prior to that, they really just had like maybe Pizza Hut or something. So it was a big deal. It's unique, different. He also has a brunch spot. I haven't tried yet. I
What's
promise.
it called?
It's called Scramble.
Scramble. Okay, so check that out.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to Scramble because I seen that on Instagram.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I heard it be packed though. Yeah. I heard it be hard to get in there.
Yeah, I normally gotta wait till because the first time he opened the Eastside Pizza House, I did go there, but it was wrapped around. I'm like, man, we gonna be here for a minute and stuff. So I'm like, let's just wait till kind of like whenever we're on a different time, great pizza and stuff like that.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna go patronize them. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna go check them out.
Of course. All right. So for the last one on the 5 W's, we go with wood instead of why. But what would you rather have, a Grammy or a diamond record for yours?
I'll take the diamond record.
You got a diamond record?
Yeah, I'll take
10 million people in the hand stream, bought, download everything. Yeah,
I'll take that diamond record.
Okay. All right, so
I'll take that diamond record.
Well, everything that you've been doing, what else you been working on so far? What should we be looking out for?
So right now I'm working on a project with my man Too Official.
Okay.
Too Official out of Chicago.
Okay.
Well-known producer. We got something coming out soon. I think we're gonna try to get it in October. It's called A Whore's Antidote.
Okay.
You know but it's real.
We're gonna be on the lookout for
we on that right now. Looking to shoot two more videos off of Holly Cool. I think we're gonna go with Saving Grace and Love Me.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and a question I like to ask everybody for the first time that's over here and everything.
Yeah.
So everybody says we see yourself in 5 years, we see yourself in 10 years, but over here we see yourself in 2 years.
In 2 years, next 2 years. I mean, as far as like musically, I guess that's what I'm working on right now. Just turning my music into a full scale business.
Nice.
I'm making it profitable.
Okay.
And then that would be the goal in 2 years, where I'm just basically solely making my income stream off of just solely doing music.
Nice.
And that would be my 2 year goal. If I would say anything, just to transition out of doing any other type of work, but just solely on the music.
Yeah.
And making all my profits and feeding my babies just solely off the music.
All right, and we gonna strive for that over here, and then for yourself and everything like that. But let everybody know where they can find you, so we can get tapped in and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I'm O Finess. You can reach me on the gram. That's the only place I'll be. It's O_Finess, and that's FINESS78.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at, man. That's where you can catch me at. Y'all want to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm open. You want to do some features, whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah.
I'm OKC is it's been good to me. It's like a second home, but I be moving around a lot, but I got nothing but love for OKC.
I appreciate you being
for real, man.
Appreciate we doing this. It was a year in the making. We
yeah, bro.
For real.
Beautiful thing, for real.
Yeah. So everyone, thank you guys for watching. I gotta always mention this. I love you guys. I truly do. Thank you to O Finess for joining me on this week's episode, and thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna see you guys next time.
Love.